of polite strategies in online interaction and media communication. First of all, before we talk about our topic, let me introduce to you guys about what we are going to discuss today. So, this analysis examines 20 selected utterances, 10 in Bahasa and 10 in English, collected from various online and social media platforms such as TikTok, YouTube, website, and podcasts. This study applies Brown and Levinson's politeness strategy theory, which identifies how speakers manage phrase-strengthening acts in communication. The main focus is to explore how platform type, context, and level of formality influence the way people express politeness in digital interaction. The purpose of this analysis is to understand the different strategies used to maintain respectful and considerate communication online, as well as to identify patterns based on language and platform differences. And this is the relevant studies about this analysis. So the first is Brown and Levinson in 1987. Brown and Levinson proposed 4 strategies: both on record, positive politeness, negative politeness, and also off record, used to reduce phrase-strengthening acts. And the second is Leach in 1983. Leach introduced maxims like tact, generosity, and modesty as part of the broader pragmatic politeness in communication. And the third one is Holmes in 1995. Holmes analyzed how gender and social roles affect politeness in spoken discourse, especially in professional settings. And what is exactly politeness strategy? So, politeness strategy are the ways people avoid threatening each other's face during communication. They help reduce conflict, avoid offending others, and maintain positive social relationships. Based on Brown and Levinson, speakers use different strategies to reduce the impact of phrase-strengthening acts. The strategies help maintain social harmony and to show some respect. And this is for politeness strategy by Brown and Levinson. So the first one is both on record. Both on record are direct, clear, and also no minimization of VTA. And then the second one is positive politeness. Positive politeness shows some friendliness, solidarity, and also interest. And then the third one is negative politeness. Negative politeness shows respect, avoids imposing, and also uses indirect language. And then the last one is off record. Off record uses indirect and vague, leaving room for interpretation. And now we will discuss one by one the strategies by Brown and Levinson. And the first one is both on record. Both on record, the first example is from platform YouTube. The utterance is sumpah itu aku, enggak bohong itu aku. And these utterances, the context is that the speaker is showing her past photo in a poverty video. And the purpose for these utterances is to directly convince the audience without softening the statement. And then the second example of both on record is from the platform educational podcast. The utterance is, for all of you learning English, make your environment work for you. And the context for this utterance is to encourage English learners to create an environment that supports their language learning. And the purpose is to give clear, direct advice to the audience. And then we move to positive politeness. The first example for positive politeness is from the platform WhatsApp, and the utterance is terima kasih telah bersabar. The context for this utterance is a message from the admin of pay-per-view group to the group members after sending the video link. And the purpose of this utterance is to show appreciation and maintain a friendly tone with the group. And the second example of positive politeness is from the platform YouTube, and the utterance is ini kayaknya saya harus di-endorse sama Aries. The context for this utterance is to praising a bruise from Aries in a product review video. And the purpose for this utterance is to create shared humor and connection with the audience. Next, we move to negative politeness. The example for negative politeness is from platform WhatsApp and the utterance is, "Oh iya, aku boleh minta tolong nggak buat tugas puisi? Kalau keberatan nggak apa-apa, bilang aja." The context for this utterance is to asking a friend for help with poetry assignment, and the purpose is to request help politely and acknowledge the other person's freedom to refuse. And now we move to the last strategies of record. The first example for off record is from the platform website cooking recipe, and the utterance is, "In the summer, this will be delicious with some chopped fresh tomatoes stirred in at the last minute." And the context for this utterance, this is a part of our written summer recipe suggestion, and the purpose is to suggest an idea indirectly without making it new. And now, for the second example, is from the platform YouTube, and the utterance is, "If you're aiming to build self-discipline, focusing on small, manageable habits is a great way to begin." The context for this utterance is the speaker gives motivational advice to English learners, and the purpose is to give advice in a non-imposing and reflective way. And after we discuss all of that, how politeness strategies or platforms influence politeness strategies. So, different platforms create different expectation and formality, and also the tone. So, the first example is that social media like WhatsApp and TikTok often allow more casual and expressive language. On the other hand, podcasts and educational YouTube videos lean toward clearer, structured, and sometimes polite direct speech. And then written platforms like websites tend to use more indirect and refined language, like for example, use of record. And what are the similarities between bahasa and English when used politeness strategies? So the first is that both language use politeness strategies to reduce face-threatening acts and maintain social harmony in interaction. And the second one is speakers of both language adjust their level of politeness based on the situation, formality, social rules, and also relationship between speakers. And the third one is that both language use direct and indirect ways to express politeness. And then, the difference between bahasa and English when used politeness strategy is that English tends to rely on sentence structure, while bahasa often uses particles or discourse markers to adjust politeness level. And second one is bahasa often uses more indirect and softened expression compared to English, which may be more direct, especially in casual or instructional contexts. And then the third one is that what is considered polite in English may be seen as overly formal or even rude in bahasa. So, the conclusion for this analysis is that politeness strategies are essential in maintaining respectful communication, especially in online context. Different platforms shape how people communicate politely, with choices influenced by formality, audience type, and purpose, while on record is used for directness, while off record is common in more subtle or written formats. Positive and negative politeness strategies help maintain social harmony and respect, and all of that taken together, politeness strategies adapt based on language, platform, and context. And this is the references from this analysis. And that's all for my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention and have a good day.